Yep, Hunter Biden is everywhere, and he is feeling sorry for himself and his family. He's still on that podcast circuit, and what's really getting him upset, he didn't make as much money as the Trumps, right? He always wanted to be a legitimate businessman. Instead, he chose a life of crack cocaine. That's his decision. It's not the Trumps' fault.
These guys, okay, Don Jr. got the single largest loan guarantee from the Department of Defense ever handed out of over $600 million for an energy company, a fusion energy company, of which he has zero experience in. What experience does Don Jr. have in anything other than being handed a check in an office by his dad? The New Yorker, assessment of how much money that they've made off of in the first 10 months is like what, $3.4 billion that they can identify in the increase in the wealth of the Trump family in 9 months.
It's jealousy. It's like, man, all that money. I was out there trying to get money. Look, it's a totally different set of circumstances, and he should be very, very grateful that he has the pardon and that it looks like the federal government was covering up for this guy. You heard about this operation? What was it called? Roaming River, Wading River, Round River. And these are some of the documents that indicate that they had all kinds of confidential human sources with the goods on the Bidens, and prosecutors, the FBI, weren't interested in hearing what those guys had to say. They downplayed it. They distanced themselves from it, just like they did the Hunter Biden laptop. What does the federal government owe the Bidens? Not too much. It wasn't driven by love of the Bidens. It was driven, I do believe, by hatred of the Trumps. And let's talk about the Trump kids, right? That's the one. These are the ones that Hunter's so jealous of. Well, unlike Hunter, again, they were all international businessmen and women decades before their father got involved in politics. And if you look at the family story, it's true. Don Jr., yeah, they went into the family business. That's okay in America. In fact, it's kind of beautiful when you look at it. And they were famous, and still are, for their business acumen, right? Ivanka had her own clothesline, a real clothesline, not something she just slapped her name on, right? Something that she designed, developed, marketed all over the world. Had nothing to do with buildings or her dad, and Eric as well, Eric Trump. These guys are smart, and they're hardworking, and they're to be, I don't know, they're kind of like role models. Instead, you see what the apparatus of government does. It persecutes the good guys, and it defends the bad guys, like Hunter. That's really something.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.